Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 280 of the JARcast.
280.
I'm your mommy M&M, Alex, joined by Mash and something else.
Gravy.
Ooh. Mommy, maybe. This is the cast where we talk about nothing. Where nothing is on the table. Nothing is literally on the table.
What do you mean?
That's just a lie.
This episode is going to be about nothing, the concept of nothing, and we're going to break down really what nothing means, because in a way, nothing is everything. Or is it?
Is nothing something?
James?
Yes.
Mom.
Mother made me mash my...
It's like space. Space is empty, but it's not filled with nothing.
No, it's filled with Toydarians and
not empty. It is empty.
Roid Radians. Before we get too deep into the show, let me shout out the Jar Media patrons that get their names read out in the first week of every month, if you're a certain tier or above, and make the audio versions of the show possible. Support us on Patreon, because every episode keeps being flagged for our profuse language abuse.
We talk about COVID every episode and we get it flagged.
They must have recently tweaked their horrible auto-detect algorithms, so now if you say poo-poo too many times, they go ding. And then I always appeal it, and I just like someone at YouTube working there,
having to
watching, being Mommy made me mashed potatoes. So,
no, I imagine it's one hell of a horrible job to be any type of Facebook, YouTube, Twitter moderator.
No,
yeah.
On Facebook, people can't do it for a long period of time.
You're talking about
so much messed up stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure even Mark Zuckerberg was like, no, you don't get PTSD from the torture we literally show you.
Yeah.
I remember watching an interview with a guy and he was just like, yeah, I'm mentally ill now.
Yeah.
And they don't give
I've listened to interviews and podcasts with similar people who've done these jobs for Facebook, Twitter, all these places. It sounds horrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see the actual worst of the worst. And especially when it's certain content and it's up to you to identify individuals and said content and stuff like this. I don't know how you can be mentally sound and that not actually just break you in some way.
Yeah
Messed up, and a really funny way to get us going.
This one's definitely not getting flagged.
Let's just, why don't we just sing the mommy song for an hour and a half?
Mommy made me Miami.
That's the good bit.
That's the bit that you're waiting
That's the bit
for.
James likes.
Yeah.
Just want to shout out the hedgehog that I saw last night. I put it on my secret Twitter, and it was a real dibby moment.
Did you see hedgehogs are dimmy dibbies.
I did. I saw it about half an hour ago, and I saw a hedgehog just a couple of days ago as well.
Did it do the funny freezing on the spot and then run like a dibby thing?
No, it ran directly to a wall and just stopped. And then I got close and took a picture of it, and it was just still, and then I just walked off.
I feel sorry for hedgehogs because they get completely annihilated. I'm surprised there's any of them left, and that's really sad because they're really cute.
They are
harmless
They're
animals.
too cute for this world.
Yeah,
that's why they get brutalized on the public roads.
But if a car tire, I guess their spines.
No,
are
I'm
not sharp
100%
enough.
sure people aim for them.
Really?
100%. Every time a hedgehog's run out in front of me, it's always been between the tyres. So it's fine. I think there's sadists out there in these cars called Range Rovers. And
they don't
just
even see them. They're so high up, they probably don't even see the poor bastards trying to cross. But can you not get a flat tyre from the spines going...
No, bro, so it's a tyre.
Yeah, it's a tyre, Alex.
But I don't know how powerful a hedgehog's spines are.
Flesh versus tyre.
We had a neighbour who had these Jack Russells that would attack hedgehogs, and they had such high prey drive. They would like bite the hedgehogs until their mouths were bleeding, and they wouldn't stop them. Some psycho stuff right there, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine the pain of biting a hedgehog?
But then not stopping you, and you're just going back for more and more.
Must have really not liked hedgehogs.
Not very nice, is it? Bit like the housekeeping segment we're about to do, where we round off and address some of the comments left on the previous video about what we've been talking about. Just like Finlay Gibb did, who's going to get us going. James saying, "What would I do if I wasn't in the goon hole?" really struck a chord with me. I think one of the worst effects of this new absence of boredom is you never have to find a new thing to do, learn a new skill, start a hobby that brings you joy, form real connections with people. Of course, we still do these things in the brief moments our head are free from the endless suck, but nobody is sitting around like, shit, I have nothing to do. I guess I'll learn to play the piano and join a walking group. Sorry for the long, and a merry bear to all who do declare.
Because the thing with gooning is not gooning sexually. It's like you're in the Facebook goon hole, you're in the Instagram goon hole. You're just getting sucked in by.
Yeah, we've kind
goon.
of just used it as a synonym for like addiction, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does like kill creativity.
Yeah.
Being in the goon hole, like not being bored. Boredom is core to art.
Yeah.
To get to improving as a person, you need to be bored at some point, I think.
Well, if you want, like, because then you start thinking about like ways of expressing yourself. You know.
Mm-hmm. Or like when we were kids, and you're like, "Mummy made me mash my." Fuck, I've actually forgot where I was going. I was gonna do
no, stop. We need to stop this now. It's getting out of hand.
Why? What? You want to talk about Quindle instead? No.
No. I'm on about getting rid of this stupid mummy made me mash my potatoes. Whatever the.
Oh, you really made it random there.
Yeah, it's like when you're bored, it's just like, Mom, can we not go out? And then you just fight, you just abuse your brother because you've got nothing better to do with your time.
Yeah. That's when you pretend you're General Grievous and go, you know?
And literally abuse your brother. Like smack him really hard with a lightsaber. Which is what you've clearly done. Did he ever smack you with a lightsaber?
Probably, but it wasn't really Alex's style.
Mine was more like psychological mind games. That was my
You
style.
were a gaslighter.
Alex was like Dormammu from Doctor Strange.
Oh, nice MCU reference.
Yeah, no problem.
Please don't go back.
Dormammu.
I'm going to defeat you. Right. Suma said this. I've been watching the channel since the beginning, and IHE since 50k subs or something, and it's been a very bizarre parasocial relationship. Like many JARlings, I've had multiple dreams featuring JAR members despite never coming close to meeting any of them. Yet at the same time, it's comforting to hear that they struggle with many of the same problems I've had, like addiction or the social media goon hole. I don't know what else to say except game on. Buyers.
That's why we're the realest MFers out there. You ain't relating to Hasten.
Don't get much real.
Who's Hasten?
Bro, I don't know. He's some.
How long have you been bringing up the Hasten thing? It's like it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's just like my go-to just term. If there's an example of anything, just boom, throw Hasten out there.
Kajol says, as much as I love the pig, in reference to the pig that joined the set recently, I don't think it holds a candle to the iconic pig on that wooden stool. What do you think about that, James?
I disagree.
I feel like they fill different markets, different niches.
Yeah,
you know?
but like the pig stool is actually really useful.
To me, like the pig stool is what you make once you're inspired after seeing something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't like either of them.
What, you don't even like the stool?
No, I hate...
What things in this room do you like?
Nothing, bro. I don't like anything in this room.
Not the Richard Hammond book, not Mel Gibson.
I don't know. I generally...
Tank Dempsey?
No, Tank Dempsey's the only thing I like. I generally hate everything in this room.
What about the golden gorilla?
Yeah, what about the leopard plant guy?
No, I don't. I generally...
What about the Karibo card? The Magic Roundabout print? There's so much to choose from.
I see.
Bilbo Butlin.
The magic roundabout is funny, and I think that's the best kind of humour this one has. Like, this isn't. None of this.
What do you mean
Ruby
by-
D?
I don't like Ruby Doo.
What about Duck Billow Gaming?
I especially.
What about Max Payne?
about that? Come on, you got it.
I do like that, and I do like Max Payne because they're really funny.
I like Thoughts.
I do like Thoughts as well, but like the detective from Batman or what, whoever that is. Honestly, no. Fuck this.
No, you
It's
can't.
gone. It's gone.
No, what's wrong with that one? It's a good one. Ah,
He's gonna flush it down the toilet.
Gone.
that's messed up, man. That's
It's
going to
not
be a
gone, you just-
controversial moment.
It's not gone though. It's just moved.
Oh, it's because I can't throw it out the window.
That human Lauren says, Bear, this is really weird, but I'm currently doing a lot of research around the evolution of social media. Alright, this is in reference to the last episode where there was the WhatsApp debate. Is WhatsApp social media? After you guys fucking slammed me and were arguing with me and saying I was a fucking idiot. and
You
wrong. Doing a lot of research around the evolution of social media for a uni project, and here's my thoughts on the WhatsApp discussion. Having read way too many academic papers on this, the only definitions that most people seem to agree on for a social media platform is that it's a place on the internet where people can create profiles to share some form of content with other people with profiles. With every platform converging into one now, they're basically becoming indistinguishable from each other, so saying it needs to have X feature to be a social network is too pedantic because of how quickly it's changing. Technically, based on the definition, WhatsApp and WeChat are social media platforms. Also, every dataset ranking the most popular social media platforms all include WhatsApp, so apparently industry professionals consider it important enough to gather metrics for their marketing team. I guess that also means that apps that are only used for messaging count as social media, ? Personally, I think mass communication should be important, but apparently that's still a controversial take. So I'll take my apology in the form of...
Well, because one person agrees with you. Sorry,
Yeah.
bro. That's not how it
No.
works.
No, I think I'm on Alex's side now.
Yes.
I've been swayed.
But that was never the discussion.
No, yeah, it was.
No. Also, you framed it as if we made the debate about the definition. But were you not the one who Googled the definition?
Yeah, because I was being slammed in a group argument where everyone was disagreeing with me. So I was like, I'm getting gaslit over here. I gotta check.
You got
that I'm-
gaslit so hard where you just decided not to cast that day. Literally.
Not true.
Absolutely true.
There's a timeline where that episode was recorded and
It was
bad.
the
One
worst.
of the best episode we ever made.
Nah, bro.
Bro, no, to be fair, we should do an episode like that because there's been too many episodes where I've been in that position where we've done them anyway. It's only equality.
No, man. A Puffin said this. I'm an animal technician and actually do experiments with rats while listening to the cast. LMAO.
No, you don't. These are getting too silly.
I believe him.
These are getting
I
so
believe him.
silly, though.
Well, you don't believe he's an animal technician?
Animal technician.
Like, we talk about rats going through the rat race of life in the maze or whatever. And then there's a guy actually doing rats. You know?
While listening to Jar the Ratcast.
Yeah. Also, but I think that's an incredible job. If your job is to give rats cheese going through mazes.
I don't think that that's the type of technician they are.
Yeah,
No,
We're
that's
talking
what
about
he- that's what
we're
he
talking
said.
about a rat
Or she.
technician, which is testing on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably killing them.
Why do you go there?
Well,
they could be,
testing. They've got
injecting
to
them
find
with,
out what is safe for humans, and most of the time it's probably not safe for rats.
They're probably combining different animal DNAs to try and vampire bat DNA into rats and try and make them,
Trying to make Morbius real. And clone rats. Imagine if this guy makes the first ever perfect clone.
the perfect
rat.
Morbius rat.
Listening to Jar.
Do we get credit then?
I think we would.
In an abstract kind of way.
Yeah,
He
in a
referenced
roundabout way, I'd say it's thanks to us.
Yeah, if he wasn't entertained, he wouldn't have had the motivation to.
If he wasn't giggling.
Although, what if that's how he accidentally comes up with some kind of discovery where he's like about to inject something, but then he's laughing so much at the cast that you're like,
he accidentally injects himself and turns into Morbius.
C. Rook said this: my family used to have a pig nearly identical to the one on the set. We painted it vibrant pink and placed it on my mother's grave. It's pretty fucking dark.
Jesus Christ.
I thought this person had an actual pig. It's the same pig.
I thought they had like a real life pig that looked like that.
Yeah, and they put it on the grave. Cool. This is the one where everything we're bringing up is just like going down, you know? It's going up to come down.
What do you mean?
What are you on about? What are you saying?
You know what I'm saying? Everything is trying to keep it jovial, and then it's just going down.
Oh right, yeah, I see. No, this is us talking about stuff, and it just like comes into reality.
Up to go down.
Yeah, like we talk about rats, and suddenly like rats exist.
We talk about pigs, and suddenly they're appearing on graves.
Yeah.
Let's end the section with this one from Lame but Aesthetic. I know Alex didn't just say that Jurassic Park is a shit movie. Hopefully he means Jurassic World. I did mean Jurassic World. I think I said something like, the new Jurassic Park is shit. On an offhand comment last episode, so I wanted to clarify that.
Which it is.
Yeah, it's worse than shit.
It's probably the third best film I've seen this year.
Well, yeah. It's still really cool and stuff.
But what have you seen this year?
3 movies.
Which ones?
Morbius.
Have you actually seen Morbius?
No, I haven't seen Morbius.
I went to Swindon to see it.
I know you saw Morbius.
I've seen Obi-Wan episode 3. I've seen
None of the others though.
I've seen the last Stranger Things episode and Jurassic World.
Well, Stranger Things is probably the worst out of the 3.
Yeah.
So last episode, because we had such a jam-packed conversation, we didn't really make it to the Reddit question thread.
A jam-packed conversation where me and James were right about social media.
Where you're proven wrong by academic truth, I'm afraid.
Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing as
truth in academia.
But you say, like, not to get too political, but do you see that stuff with Carl Rittenhouse? He's like created this game where you like shoot at like fake news or whatever.
Shoot at fake news?
Yeah, like the villains are like
gun.
fake news personified.
Wow. Is it good though? Is it a good game?
It's like Doom.
Really?
No, I don't know. I just saw the headline.
It's like Dune the movie.
Yeah. So we can do like a mega ultra question thing.
Epic.
What do you think? We can do that to the mid break and then just goon our way through the questions.
I gotta start gooning now, boys. That's the whole part of the goon. The goon doesn't pass quickly. The goon stays. You stay on the goon for hours.
Mr. Blue Pumpkin's gonna get us going with a, I don't know, kind of a heavy one actually. Has there ever been a
to put it down?
Up to go down, up to go down.
It's just like the economy.
Has there ever been a period of JAR where everyone wanted to just be done with the project? Or to say it better, what has been the lowest point for the podcast? I say this because JAR has been one of the most consistent things that has been in my life. I've been listening since 2016, and in all that time, only one Monday was missed. It's kind of fascinating to see how everyone at JAR has changed along with myself. I kind of treat crackhead era JAR as a time capsule for my early teen life. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to say the exact same thing about this era in another 6 years' time.
Yeah. Every episode.
I knew you were going to say some shit like that. For me, there was one where...
No, I think there's not been a time when it's all the same time.
There was a part where I was struggling. It must have been like 2018, 2019 kind of time, where like the suggestion thread and the comments and shit were like such low quality, and I had to just make up so much shit and like carry it completely on my own. Whereas like I don't know how sustainable, like I don't know how long I can keep doing this. But that was a long time ago now.
I don't think
stuck
that
through it.
I don't think that is kind of like the point though. So when were you at your lowest? Because
when was the
obviously,
podcast editor?
but when you're mentally at your lowest, you don't want to do JAR.
Yeah, Corncast era.
Yeah,
So a mix
Corncast
of-
deal was probably the most in sync we've been in giving up.
But it wasn't even giving up though, because we still released an episode every week.
Yeah, but
We still did
we
it.
dragged ourselves through hell to do that.
Yeah, but it was also like, I'm glad we did do that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
miserable at the time I was.
We were all miserable.
Because there were some like funny moments in those episodes still. and people that liked it.
Mojove.
That was the Mojove.
Literally
Slip
the
up.
greatest
Mojave.
thing. Mojove.
And the whole I think the first one is
Mojave.
actually genuinely really funny with the
Oh yeah, because we embraced the role play.
yeah,
like-
it was very, it was like so miserable around then, and like being able to
But at that
have a
point,
joke.
there was more optimism in us as well because it was
Yeah.
like we didn't know how long this was gonna be.
But when it went to week 50, it was like,
we did 42. That's right. We did
42.
42 episodes.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
42 weeks of lockdown. that's
and pretty
that's
much
horrible to think about.
And pretty much the majority of those 42 was getting fucking fucked every night. Like,
Yeah.
whole bottle of rum every JARcast, pretty much.
But what was the game we did for the first one?
The forest.
The forest.
Yeah, the forest. Yeah, so there's just so many layers of humour to that one, to me. So I'm fond of that one, but otherwise, man.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
Gmod ones were like, they were bad.
No, they were great.
No,
Lots
but
of visual humour, you know?
the thing with this question is that there's been times when I've wanted to give up with JAR and I have. There's a lot of
Yeah.
absences early on.
Early Jar.
And it's since like 3-4 years ago when I've been pretty much here every week.
Yeah, there was like a turning point whenever it was.
Yeah. I did want to just like give up on JAR back then because, you know, mental health was so atrocious. It was like,
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore.
No, but I think that's what's cool is sticking through. So now there's so many episodes, there's so many eras. So there are all these like different ups and downs for each of us separately.
Yeah, no, it's weird that we've had a YouTube channel spanning so long that that's even visible because it's like there's so many content creators that make game videos and whatnot where you can't see clear evolution in who they are because of the content they make. And the fact that you can see that with JAR is actually phenomenal.
Yeah. On similar kind of lines, Diligent Hovercraft 37 said this. It has now been 11 years since I first started watching JAR, with my first video being that is a really loud plane that's flying over.
Red arrows.
Is that actually?
Careful with this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Was that actually the red arrows? Oh cool. Oh man.
They're gone. They were way over. Like they came
I
that
could
way.
hear them. I wonder if the mics picked that up. That was really loud.
They were flying in formation 3.
And it scared Augie even.
Bad boy.
Oh, just some little
Oh yeah, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh, poor guy.
Paisley.
Who's the golden one?
Who's the golden girl?
Yeah, where was I? Yeah, it's now been 11 years since I first started watching JAR, with my first video being the Crisis 2 film trailer on Man Boy Man.
What do you mean?
I would have been an innocent... No, listen, let me finish it. I would have been an innocent 9-year-old child when that video corrupted me, so how I found it, I don't know. How old do you think the youngest and oldest JAR fans are? There are probably parents that watch the cast with their young children. Do you think babies should be counted as the youngest JAR fans, or do you think it should only include those that actively seek out the videos? Bear gamers.
No way. We did not do the Crisis video 11 years ago.
Yeah?
Oh, easily.
No, there's nobody.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Dun, dun,
No,
dun, 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 dun.
nobody. I can't believe this. There's no way this person actually watched that video.
No,
Back
but like
then.
that is like that's such a deep cut. Why would they bring it up?
That's
If it
strange.
wasn't true.
Imagine watching that video and
No,
then
because that's totally
stumbling
like a
across JAR.
9-year-old thing. Like you're just through the depths of YouTube and you just stumble across some random.
No, it's crazy that someone is connected. That's
Yeah.
connected that they found JAR.
But that means they went from Man to probably RNL to JAR.
No, but that's if they were a consistent viewer. They might have just seen our cringy video.
How? How would they possibly?
No, I have these around that time, because like when you have around 200 to like 400 subs on YouTube, like if there are like people that are just stay around, you remember them. And there were like 2 or 3 that were just like, where's the new RNL video, guys? Like, it's like a real thing.
I think that stage of YouTube is really like sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really innocent.
Is the Crisis video live?
But
did that one?
It is live, right?
No,
Shall
it's
I
not
see?
live.
It might be on my man.
Our last hope.
Actually, and that video is incredible.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
video.
it's really cool. No.
But how old do you think the youngest and oldest Jar fans are? Youngest is probably literally like 5
we have
years old.
answered this question before. It's
No,
like,
in a womb, I reckon, a fetus.
But yeah, that doesn't count though, because they're not
No.
really consenting to listen. They're not like going
No,
out of the way to...
but like you play a baby and a fetus Beethoven, and that
Ah.
baby's gonna grow up a genius. Baby
Or
and a
maybe
fetus.
the inverse.
so what?
Yeah,
so,
what happened? They should do some experiments, some academic tests on that
no.
one.
The
What
person
happens to a
experimenting on rats could,
KFC wraps.
Yeah, what
Just
happens to a rat when
if
you
they were
play,
exposed to
the
Jar.
Jar Media podcast playlist? See what happens to it.
They start to cooperate and
They gain sentience.
they gain sentience. And
So they've got like warehouses and they're just playing all these like different podcasts, seeing like which one is gonna.
yeah. No one's listening to Jar building like cars and little cities, little rat cities.
Saddest Giraffe says Quinn tier list of fruit.
What?
Like what's a tier list of fruit?
Okay,
What-
S.
berries. I like berries.
What?
Your
All
raspberry.
berries.
Most berries, to be honest.
I'm gonna say prunes. S tier.
Fuck off. No, that's bullshit.
Okay.
Bananas.
B tier. Apricots.
S tier, tomato.
S tier. They are quite versatile,
Yeah.
but ketchup sucks.
What?
Awful sauce.
No.
James.
X tier is banana.
What is X tier? Is that good or bad?
No, well, A and S is the best. So X is clearly like shit.
I hate S tier. Where did S tier come from?
Sonic tier.
Yeah. Why is S above A?
Super.
Because Sonic. Because he's so fast. He's faster than A.
No,
It's
A
not
is
that
an
alpha-
Apache gunship, bro. Do you know how fast they go?
How fast does a red arrow go?
Okay, let me just go get on my camera and I'll zoom in on the flames and be like, that is going. They can probably do 400 maybe. I don't know.
Bullshit. Nothing can go 400. That's too fast.
Have you seen me on a bicycle going downhill into a fence?
What about
okay,
apples? What do you think of apples like?
B.
Apples are solid S. If they're pink lady,
No, because apples have the capacity to be fab, but they relatively often are like flowery or just a bit, like.
But that's probably more of a where we live type thing. You know. You know, like we don't,
Are we talking about fruit only when they're at their best? Because obviously,
yeah, like it's quite like like peaches are amazing. You can always get a shit peach. Doesn't mean peaches aren't amazing.
No, but when you buy peaches, how often are they?
No, I would say to answer it like the best version of one.
no.
I disagree.
No, because the way this is done is like if it can have a best version, because bananas can't. That's why they're shit. Because there's no
they
good
can,
banana. No. There's no good banana.
No. I'm thinking about you want to go buy a fruit. Like maybe I'd quite enjoy an apple in this moment, but I might not want to risk it. You know, because I might buy a bag of apples and they all suck.
Not if you
No,
buy
but,
pink lady.
but that's limiting it too much to our geography. Because like, say the same question and you're in like Spain.
Yeah.
Then the same like peach you're gonna get is typically gonna be better.
Yeah, but then so we can't have light cheese on the list. Is that what you're saying?
Well, actually, that's a good
B.
good subject to bring
Well,
up.
no, well,
No,
clearly,
like Jesus. C.
no, you're thinking of this one because clearly,
C.
Pomegranate's A.
no, S tier is potato.
It's not fucking food, you dickhead.
Well, no, tomato. Tomato. is a
Also,
fruit.
even in vegetables, potatoes fucking beat it.
You can make chips.
Yeah?
Where would you
A.
put cucumber?
Oh, cucumber's
S.
like with banana.
S.
S.
No,
S.
no,
S.
cucumber is
Cucumber
banana tier.
is potentially my favourite
Stick
fruit.
cucumber in anything and it ruins it.
What is a cucumber?
They're
Texture.
gherkins as well. They become gherkins.
Cucumbers
S tier.
are gherkins.
No,
Yeah. They say you don't know nothing from jar.
Okay, no, I've got a difficult one.
What?
Raisins.
Well,
S
grapes
tier.
are S tier in my opinion.
Grapes, A tier.
S tier.
Okay, now green ones A tier, red or black S tier.
Okay.
Okay, no. What about raspberries?
S.
S.
S. Yeah.
Strawberries, S.
S.
Mango, S.
Yes, dried mango.
Or
Watermelon?
A or B.
I'd say high A.
It's a bit of a palaver.
Yeah, but you can say that about mango though as well.
No, but a mango, I just like cut the skin off and eat it like an apple. You
What
can't do that
about-
with a melon.
Watermelon is X tier with banana and cucumber.
No, but normal melons, not watermelons, they're closer to S. They're S.
Really, I like them both. I guess the watermelons have the seeds.
And they're like less intense flavour.
That's kind of nice though. They're like refreshing. It's almost like drinking a
It's
glass
like
of
eating
water,
a glass of water.
but with like a nice flavour with it.
Yeah, but it's nice to have that intensity. Like when I'm eating some fruit, I really want to get a hit of something power. You know,
Something pow.
something power.
Oh, okay. What about
Cherries.
Ooh, S.
Yeah. Blueberries.
S.
A, maybe B.
No, S.
No, because you'll be eating them like, these are nice, and then you just chuck one in your mouth, bite, and it's just like,
Well, that's why you give them a little squish.
no,
Right.
that's,
Before you shove 'em
that's
in.
too much effort.
You know, like you're
No,
basically you're saying that basically everything is good and is in S, A, or B.
Yeah, because fruit is.
It's like
prime.
it's like, oh, which Cadbury chocolate's the best? It's like obviously they're all good. So why do you even bother?
but
Not
chocolate
true.
would be more.
No,
varied.
not at all. I think all chocolate is the spot, unless it's liquid
No,
caramel.
not true. What about Hershey's?
Liquid caramel. That's not chocolate.
Cheese.
Pineapple.
Yeah, I was gonna say pineapple.
S.
Pineapple. Pineapple is S because you can put it in one
And pizza.
and pizza.
What about kiwi fruit?
Oh,
No, kiwis S. I like kiwis.
yeah, kiwis are very nice.
I'd say kiwi's A.
No.
Again, it's a palaver.
Yeah, exactly.
What about pavlova?
What about orange? The basics.
Orange, C.
Oh, what about satsuma?
What about blood
Tangerine.
Yeah.
I'd say orange is A.
Yeah, C.
Yeah.
Starfruit?
What?
Don't know.
Dragon fruit and passion fruit.
Dragon
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit. S.
Wow. I'm gonna say F because I've never seen one in Sainsbury's.
What? They're there.
No, they're not.
What about
But we can move on from this question.
coconut?
That's a nut.
That's a fruit, bro.
What?
It's called nut in the name. Cocoa nut.
Yeah.
Is this the new one?
If you're talking about nuts, you might as well. Where does Nutella come on the list?
You're just saying dumb shit now.
Nut.
Nah. But I thought nuts are a fruit.
Yeah, no, nuts are fruit.
Coconut.
Cocoa nut, almonds, cashews.
I really like coconut.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say A.
I think coconut's S.
What?
What about the papaya?
I thought you said ass. The
Papaya.
liquid of the nut, known as coconut water, is used in beverages. That's what I learnt. And it is
Coconut milk, coconut water.
the coconut is the edible fruit of a coconut palm. It's
Thank
fruit.
you.
But is a
Good
nut a
morning.
fruit?
Yes.
No, they're not. A nut is a fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Okay,
you
in
not
that
know
case,
this?
pistachios, S tier.
We've spent too long on this.
Oh my
nut
god,
question.
pistachios are S tier, but expensive, man.
Yeah.
Peanuts, A.
C.
Monkey nuts, Brazil nuts.
That's really stressing me out.
Stressing me out as well. Sandy, just stop it.
Oh, just
Give it a
ignore
rest,
it.
will ya?
The thing, then it'll stop.
Just ignore it. It'll
What?
be fine.
Just ignore it and it will go away.
Yeah.
Although it's adding some nice like vibrancy and motion to the video like version.
Epic. It's like the GIF of the studying lo-fi hip hop beats
To chill to.
anime character with the cat.
Boys 1 can move us on then. Thoughts on season 3 of The Boys so far? Personally enjoying it a lot, and episode 5 might have been my favourite episode in the entire series.
I haven't seen episode 5 yet, but I am very much enjoying the show.
Yeah, because we did the As Good As They Say on season
Mhm.
2, and we had some like concerns in terms of like momentum and how they were going to keep it going, and we're especially hung up on like the idea of giving the main characters like powers in any way.
Mm.
But I like the way they're doing it. It's not just like, even in the playing field, it's like, it seems like there's going to be some kind of side effects or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a cool implementation. Bloody Nora! No, I don't think so. So yeah, I'll agree though that I think the best episode probably is the Hero Gasm one.
Really, you've watched it?
Yeah, it's damn good.
I might have to watch it today then.
Yeah,
if
you
James
should.
leaves me alone for 5 fucking minutes.
No air, so I live in my fart has a pedantic one. Roleplay. Alex wakes up one morning to discover that every man, woman, and child on planet Earth's face has been misshapen into the hyper-realistic troll face. Example photo for reference. No one notices anything unusual but you. J and J are themselves. TF'd troll-faced. Of course. And Quindle is the gremlin under the table. So here's there's the reference picture. That might be the thumbnail, to be honest, for this one.
Uh-huh.
So I don't really know what part of this is a roleplay, though, because surely if it was like normal, it'd just be
we'd just be normal.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, you look different, and we'd be like, no, we don't. But surely that if that would mean you're insane.
I mean, yeah, that's the...
That would be like number one, right? Like, oh, I need to go get checked out.
Got to admit something, man. I'm kind of angry at the JARlings for the whole Quindle thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to admit that to them?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Because specifically, it made last week's suggestion thread, and luckily it wasn't an issue. Because we had that whole long conversation anyway, so we didn't even need to use the question thread. But it was ruined. Like, it's funny, like, have your jokes or whatever, but you've ruined the question thread for a whole, like, week, dude. Yo, what are your thoughts on Quindle? This is a bit Quindle.
I'm gonna
And anyway,
be
we've
honest.
already... It's moving backward to address Quindle, you know?
Yeah, we don't need to. We don't acknowledge
Like, the
drama
past
in
is the
jar.
past. The past is the past.
Let the past die, kill it if you have to.
That's what it's referencing. You remember the character Quindle in episode 8?
Adam Driver?
No, it's who episode 8 is like he gets killed by Adam Driver. That's who he's saying that to. Let the past die. Kill Quindle if you have to. And Daisy Ridley goes, I don't think so.
Not on my watch. Nice one, good character.
Jackaboose has a disagreement with James. I disagree with James's idea that porn cannot be consumed healthily at all. As someone who has had several friends and family members' health and lives hurt and destroyed by alcohol addiction, I sometimes feel as if it's impossible for people to drink or do drugs responsibly, and that just starting a connection in their brain between the drug and happiness sets them on the path to failure. As James was personally affected by porn addiction even closer since it's himself, I see something similar in what he's saying to the way I sometimes think, but ultimately, I think we have to look at the people doing these things, be it porn or alcohol, and not becoming addicted, and not let the unfortunate victims overshadow everyone else. I think as long as you have the ability to self-reflect, you can stop it becoming a problem. I do think it definitely can be a problem, and that all addictions should be seen as valid. I think a major part of the issue is that society as a whole doesn't take psychological addictions as seriously as physiological ones. Best of luck to both of the jar boys struggling with these things. Quick side note, VR porn just kind of sucks, IMO. Although maybe I'm just not the kind of person to get sucked in by that kind of thing.
You tried VR porn?
And you didn't get stuck in the Goonville.
What can be said about that?
Do you agree?
I don't know.
To goon or not to goon?
Now, there seems to be the first half of this question, however, just seems to be contradicted by the second half.
How so?
I forgot. Yeah. Too long of a question.
Get a Chingy says this. Where did the Jar Media intro theme come from?
We made it.
Lo-fi beats to chill/relax to.
Yeah. Well, we all just went like we all did a layer and then layered it. Revert to Monkey has another roleplay you might like, James. The Jarmy has invented technology.
No. Can we stop the role, please?
You're not going to let me read it?
No.
But this is actually a good one.
No, we passed the roleplay era. That died pre-COVID. We don't need to bring it back.
No.
Some
we
things...
just was saying COVID reinvigorated the roleplays.
Yeah, we roleplayed in the forest.
That made sense. Because we could roleplay.
But you were so happy roleplaying.
Yeah, because we were in a game. Roleplaying in a game is very different to roleplaying on the set.
Oh, well, can we do some GT Online roleplays then?
Oh, roleplay server.
Yeah, let's go do roleplay server. I want to roleplay like a cashier in a petrol station.
Should we do a mid-break and come back?
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here. Actually, no, come back soon.
Bye, Bear Bear. Bye, Bear Bear.
I do declare, bye, Bear Bear.
Bear Bear shirts and mug available now. Check the description below.
Voy!
Spider.
Voy!
Take your jacket off. You look like a wonk.
No, I like this jacket. It's the only thing I actually look good.
Welcome back to the second half of the one.
It's already been introduced with Bippity Bop to Boy.
No, that's more like a at the end sort of thing, the hideaway tuck.
The suck and tuck.
This is the second half of the cast
that's
where we...
fucking foul.
What did he do?
He licked his finger and then sucked me.
Oh.
I'll suck you anytime, bro.
This is the second half of the cast where we answer questions from the community, or in this episode's instance, continue to ask questions from the community. Let's try and just get things in order and grab those papers and put them all in order and do one of those little on the table to make them all neat and tidy, you know what I'm saying? Like Leg27 left this comment saying, a couple of weeks ago I bought God of War after hearing how great it was from my mates and people online. Although after playing it for a couple of days I found that I didn't really enjoy the gameplay and wasn't really that gripped by the story.
Which game, sorry?
God of War, I assume the remake.
The new one, yeah.
The reboot or whatever. However, I also managed to pick up Dark Souls Remastered, which I had heard a similar amount of praise for. I'm almost halfway through and have been having an absolute blast with it. So my question is, are there any video games or movies that were hyped up for you and didn't live up to those expectations? Or which did live up or even surpass them? Bear adorable piggies from Rat. Lots of rats this episode.
GTA 5.
Okay. Divenge.
That was the one for me where, like, it was kind of the opposite. Where I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way this is, like, as impressive as it was in... Was it 2013? I was genuinely like, oh, I've never cared about this series before, but this is, like, really impressive.
Mm-hmm. Huh? Go on, say it a little louder.
I don't know what you're about.
Actually, when you crash in GTA 4, it's much more cool.
No, GTA 4 is better, and I'll stand by that till the end of days. GTA 4 is more fun to play.
It didn't even have a soundtrack by Tangerine Dream.
It had the soundtrack by
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
All I know is that it's got the Russian guy and he comes off the boat for 40 minutes, and I saw that 58 times.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
But honestly,
I'm gonna say the Fallout franchise.
yeah, that's a good one.
No. The one... Actually, no, the one...
Especially Fallout 4.
No,
Like with how... When that game came out, I tried, man. I was like ready. I played it for like 2 hours and was like, man, this is really boring.
The thing with Fallout 4 is I went in with super high expectations because I just came off the most intense New Vegas binge, and it was like I played Fallout 4 and it's like a downgrade in every way possible. So it's I was anticipated for improvements, and I only got
But also
backwards.
like not being there for when Fallout 3 came out, and just the way like game journos would talk about it and stuff, and then actually finally getting around to playing it and being like, this is like really funny, dude. This game is like really funny. Like Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
What's so jank.
What's that Nintendo game?
Mario.
No, Link.
Zelda.
Zelda was Breath of the Wild. That one.
For
'Cause
which?
Like
We're getting crucified for
everyone.
this one.
Everyone
Ooh,
was
you're
like,
throwing flames for this one.
no, let me explain. It's like everyone, Breath of the Wild was like the biggest thing during that time period. It was like this changes. It's like one of the best open worlds. But I played it and it did not hook me the same way, and I did not get it. I didn't understand and get gripped in by it. Not that it's a bad game, because I know that there is obvious like quality there. It just didn't get me.
Yeah, well, it didn't get me either.
And I think it's because we both were exposed to it the same way.
Well, I just watched Ruben play it for like tens of hours.
Yeah, and I did as well, and it gave me headaches. No, that is the thing. The headache-o-meter is a very, very valid form of game criticism.
No.
It's like, if your headache-o-meter is maxed out of 10.
I'd say
game.
one that actually met the expectations for how it was being talked about for me was Elden Ring.
Yeah, no, that's all.
Yeah.
Because that's gripped all of us, and I specifically wasn't a Dead Souls player until Elden Ring. Like, I'd never played Sekiro. I tried Dark Souls 1 back when it came out. Never gripped me. But then Elden Ring was just like, everyone's talking about it. It's great. And then, we got to the Raya Lucaria Academy, and it was like, oh, I'm in.
Sekiro was another surpass one for me.
Mm.
It was just like, yeah, these endorphins are really tickling my tummy.
That is a tickle tummy game.
Yeah.
Sekiro is still the best FromSoft game, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think I'm there with you, bro.
Well, you can't say you've played one.
No, I've been actually secretly been playing Dark Souls 2.
Nice.
Do you have an answer? Something that like disappointed
I can't really
you?
think of. I think that Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter World.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I gave that a little try. It's just not for me, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it wasn't for me either.
It just felt too gooey.
One of the ones is probably BioShock Infinite, just because of how it was portrayed by Irrational Games before its release.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I was expecting greatness, and then it was not great.
I really like that game still.
No, once I got past my expectations, it is a good game.
See, BioShock 2 is an inverse one for me. It took me a few tries to get into it, but once you get to a certain point in that game, it's just like solid. It's a really solid.
It's really well designed. Really fun.
Yeah. It might have the best gameplay out of any of them.
Yeah, it does. No, it straight up does. Because that's my big problem with Infinite. Like, I love the art direction, the music, the whole aesthetic. But just the sandbox is just like...
Yeah,
not
game
that good.
feel, really good.
Yeah.
Gameplay loop.
Not very good.
It's like... They did
It's like
make
torn, like it's like really linear, but it also kind of wants you to explore and like pick up the key and go back to this bit, but it's like kind of janky and awkward and you get lost. There's no real good way of navigating. It's just like, you can tell the ambition like really squeezed them on that one.
I think that game would have been so much better if they held out for the next generation.
Potentially.
But then that generation was not next generation because it was just slightly better graphics Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
They should just been in the can 10 years. If it came out now on PC.
It already was one of those development hell games, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just a Ken Levine thing.
Yeah, well,
he was
his
shooting for the stars.
current game's been in hell for ages as well.
Yeah. Barak Alakin says, Bear jar lads. I have a most shameful admission to make, but I feel I must stand up for my fellow milk drinkers. Ever since I was a child, milk is the only thing I actually like to drink with a meal. I never enjoyed sodas, juices, or water, and to this day I rarely drink any of them. Even drinks I enjoy, such as coffee or tea, I refuse to drink with food. Milk has taken over my brain, and I refuse to let you slander it as anything other than the nectar of the gods. Bear on.
Why? Who drinks?
Just
Okay,
milk.
just no, forget the milk for a second. Who only drinks coffee with their meals? That's weird by itself.
I think not enjoying water is like...
No, I think I don't want to say this 100%, but from what I have heard or looked into, I think not enjoying water is actually like an ADHD thing. There's like an overlap between people with ADHD and people who disliking water. I can't say that for certain because I'm not a professional, but that is an actual thing. I just want to make that clear. I know people who are like that. Just better.
Yeah, that's always been like, I don't know. That's never been a question in my mind. Like, water is like, everything starts with water.
Yeah.
Because all the best drinks are made of water. All of them. You need to add water to all of it. Every soda, every...
Well, yeah, if you're
every
drinking
coffee,
something, it is mostly water.
Yeah. This is kind of psycho, though, I've got to admit.
Yeah, only drinking milk. That's like... Did you have...
Like, what would be like the most like bizarre meal to like... You just finish up and then you...
No, but how
like you just had a steak and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. How do you eat out? How do you go to like any night like fancy restaurant and be like, oh, I'm just gonna order like the lobster. Oh, can I get some milk with that?
Yeah,
How do you do that?
They would probably have it there behind the bar, right? They're gonna have milk.
Yes,
Well, yeah.
obviously, because some
yeah, but that's like the most classically weird thing to do.
What, a pint of milk?
Is to like, if you're eating at a pub or something, you get milk at a pub.
See, McDonald's just got you sorted because you can get that in your Big Mac meal. You can get the milk.
Really, you can get a little milk, a little milk
bowl.
here. Do you think it's weird that like you give kids like little bowls of milk to drink with their
Well,
their lunch?
milk is
That's not
inherently linked with like
Development.
babies?
juvenility, being a child.
I never drank milk as a child.
Mother's milk or moo moo milk.
Pasteurized milk.
Moo moo milk.
Normal moo milk. I never had it as a child. The first time I ever drank milk, I was like 14 and I gagged and then vomited on the floor.
Would you do a jar gimmick where we get a few of those, like, you know, those things runners wear, you know? It's like a sack.
Yeah, cyclists as well.
Yeah, cyclists or whatever.
I'm not putting milk in it.
We all have like a couple sacks of milk next to us, and we have a little suck on the sack every
Do
now.
you know how bad that thing would smell? Do you know how difficult it would be to get the milk out?
Yeah, and we can get a red milk, we can get green milk, we can get blue milk. We can keep swapping sacks, you know, having a little suck.
Oh, let's get the red milk, will ya?
And the name for that episode can be Sack Suck.
Yeah, sucking on the sack. You think that'll get flagged?
No, sucking sack is not. Surely that's not okay. I mean, that is okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that one because I think we had like Milky Regret got flagged. I think.
Really?
How did Milky Regret get
I don't know. It's like quite a sensitive algorithm. It seems.
Yeah. Maybe the algorithm doesn't like milk. Anti-milk algorithm.
That's where they started.
I need to get back on my anti-milk agenda.
You do, because ever since we had like regret, you've just
I've been chugging milk every day.
You've been gooned by them.
You know that flask I got for Christmas?
Yeah.
Full of milk.
No. No, don't
I drink a full flask of milk every day.
Just to get you going. Just to get the ball rolling. Get that.
Not even green
milky
milk
ball.
either.
What kind? Red?
The one that's
Red is like
fresh
water.
milk.
All that Jersey milk. Bags you have in the sack with the Jersey milk.
What, you mean gold
Yeah,
milk?
goddamn.
With cream?
Well, it's like the creamiest milk you can get, you know.
Yeah, that's not. It's like unfiltered. It's just like gooey cow milk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's the milk without the dollops of shite in it.
Yeah. It's just straight out the teat.
Team Actor Metal says this. Hi lads. Was wondering what your thoughts on Big Mouth getting renewed for a 7th season are.
Nice.
Ever tried watching more of it? Or doing another vid discussing it? Or do you feel that you would just be repeating yourselves? Cheers.
Yeah, it's
I think we've got our fill of that.
We might as well make a dedicated Big Mouth channel because it's just going to be the new Simpsons, where we're going to just be the Big Mouth, that Big Mouth YouTube channel.
It's probably funnier than Modern Simpsons. Maybe I'll give it that.
Really?
No, I won't give it that.
Homer's got such a good voice though.
No,
Yeah,
but have you seen like the?
No,
Elon
but
Musk
Simpsons
episodes?
has animation that actually isn't puke worthy.
It's pretty bad now.
It's pretty bad, but
It's pretty
Big Mouth
ugly.
is bad.
At least Big Mouth's got the shame wizard.
True.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch an episode of that shit ever again.
You will.
Yeah, it comes a point where like,
When it's the 7th season. It's
Yeah.
like, what was the last time we talked about it? The 3rd?
yeah, that's the last. So
Or did we do 4? I can't remember.
You did 4.
it might have been. I don't know. It like
just
it's all
blending and yeah,
one season, like
yeah, just awful.
yeah. But it does have its funny moments.
No, it doesn't.
The amount of like weird comments on like some of those videos, where people are like, "Well, you know what? I know you don't like it, but for some of us, it taught us important sexual things."
I learned how to goon.
It's like, bruh, is that like how bad like basic biology type stuff is? Like, I don't know, man. Punished Eric says this. I was going to let this one die, but given that you brought up your OC superheroes in a recent cast, I really want to let you guys know. In America, flamer is actually a term for an extremely loud, flamboyantly gay man. I'm not surprised you didn't know, as it's a bit of a dated term. At best, the term is just an archetype of a gay person, and at worst, it's a gay slur, sorry. Now that I find your superhero name offensive, quite the opposite. Sorry, not that I find your superhero name offensive, quite the opposite. I found it very funny hearing you guys sing the theme songs for Isa and Flamer. Love the cast, boys. I can't wait to see your next superhero creation, which is accidentally racist. I think that just makes Flamer even cooler, to be honest.
Yeah. Or get this, Flamer first gay superhero gets his own film in the MCU.
Yeah. What do you think, James? Flamer.
You see, it becomes offensive if he is gay. Am I
Think so?
calling him Flamer?
No, because I think that it's such like...
Is it
You,
like
you know, it's like that. It's what makes like some of the South Park jokes so funny, where the kid characters doing something innocent, but like and being like offensive
Really
or like
offensive,
just
yeah.
totally misinterpreting something. And we were just like kids on the trampoline. I had no idea.
Yeah, but I as an adult, I don't know what Flamer is.
Well, with the Punished Eric just described us.
Yeah, but is it
I don't
like
think
a
that's.
slur?
I've never heard that in
No.
the UK before.
Oh my god.
But there's all sorts of insults out there, you know. What would your superhero be, James? If there's Flamer, Isa.
Stinker.
Oh wait,
Stinker must have been.
there was
one of
Acid
them.
Man.
Yeah, Acid Man and Alkali Man.
They cancelled each other out, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Flash and the Anti-Flash or whatever.
Yeah. But I swear there was a fart one.
Yeah, it's like your kid. Of course, there's gonna be a fart-related superhero.
Or was that just
No, there wasn't.
Thunderpants? Like,
Yeah, that would have
Seeping
been
in.
Thunderpants. James
Or cruder. His power is crude oil.
bad mix with Flamer.
Exactly. That's
Well, they should team
They're
up.
like a team up. And Ice is like... he can have a... What's that gas? Like nitrogen or whatever. Really cold
Yeah,
gas.
nitrogen.
You can have nitrogen.
Nitron.
Yeah, Nitron's pretty good. Yeah, I think we've got a whole suite now.
Yeah. And what's their like Avengers Justice League team called?
Oh, the
Decimators.
periodic table?
The Decimators.
That sounds like the bad guys.
Yeah, but they
Are they not the bad guys?
ISO was a good guy.
Well, he's not in our...
Flame is a good guy.
No, ISO was like, he doesn't take a side. He's a lone wolf type guy.
Mhm. He's like the Batman of the Decimators.
Cole375 says, thoughts on Starfield. Personally, after being so enamored with Fallout 76, I can't wait for another Bethesda game. That shooting gameplay genuinely looks awful though, but the ship customization, RPG mechanics and scope actually do have my hype for the game.
So
Hopefully they can polish it up a bit and deliver on that vision game on.
So straight off the bat, they are stupidly ambitious with it. Because they're saying like 1,000 planets, and that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, but when saying 1,000 planets means nothing.
It doesn't mean anything.
Like,
What are the scope of the 1,000 planets?
yeah, like, is it literally a planet?
No, I think that what
There's
they're
no
going to
way.
be, it's just going to be like Outer Worlds, where it's just like one specifically designed area on that planet, and that's it.
Uh-huh.
It's like Mass
1,000 of
Effect.
those.
Yeah, but I don't think there'll be 1,000. I think there'll be more like 50 at launch. Maybe another 50
You
in
really
DLC.
think so? I believe there'll be 1,000, but the quality of those 1,000 will be debatable.
No, you can't.
It'll be planets like akin to a cave in Skyrim.
Yeah. I don't think you can intricately make 1,000 things. The development time would be tens of years. If they're going for that type of scope, it's going to be randomly generated, and the quality's not going to be there.
Unless it means like each planet has this segment that you're in, and they're quite small.
Maybe. Don't mind that in concept necessarily.
The crafting, the base building just looks like a small improvement on Fallout 4. That it can be nice if you can build your bases and have your ship there, and that you travel everywhere through your base and you pick the planet and whatnot. That can be interesting. The ship building looks largely based on some of the not War Thunder. One of those games where it's like you create a vehicle and you fight people in them.
Yeah.
That could be really interesting, but the main part of that is how much depth they have with that. How much options you have. Can you make gunships? Can you make motherships? Citadel ships? Fighters?
The thing Bethesda have always been bad with, though, is like choice isn't really a thing. It is just numbers. Yeah. You know? So stats, like, it could end up being really boring where like there's just the obvious.
No, that's
so like if you did 2 playthroughs, you basically do it.
No, that's what it is. The perk system they showed was just like they were buffs. It was like 5 levels with 2 or 3 in each one, and it was just like out of 5. Mm-hmm. The most generic, like non-existent leveling character building system, because there's no uniqueness. Because that's the thing with Fallout New Vegas. It did it so well, and that you can min-max these crazy builds and have like one hit and melee people and then snipers, and then you can have that variety. But the perk system, just like Fallout 4, just seemed to be you get an extra 1%, an extra 2% critical damage. Non-existent. There's no point having that system because it's completely uninteresting. You're not being captivated by builds when it's just stat boosts.
Yeah, for me, I was kind of intrigued until like Cole said, like the shooting gameplay began. I was like, oh.
When I saw the shooting gameplay, it genuinely looked like the same as Outer Worlds, just like kind of bare basic.
I don't know, but even Outer Worlds, like, it's kind of got that over the top art direction, and they're like showing all the like weird, wacky guns in the trailers and stuff. It's way more like Starfield's like obviously trying to be quite grounded.
It just seems to be like Star Citizen. That's the game it's going to get compared to in terms of like scope.
Well, it seems like it was going to be compared to No Man's Sky.
Yeah, but the gunplay generally, Fallout New Vegas looks better in terms of gunplay. I know that is quite a hot take, but the gameplay looked like really generic, like MMO online type gameplay.
Yeah, I just find the way people talk about like these games so weird. Like it always jumps to like, yeah, but no one actually cares about the gameplay.
But here's the thing.
But I kind of really do.
If the world has big scope that could be randomly generated, it's not going to be handcrafted, so it could be quite shit. If the shipbuilding isn't as vast as we think it is, that's going to be quite shit. The RPG elements aren't there, so that's a bit shit. The gameplay's a bit shit. The story is a bit shit. What is the game?
Yeah, because that was the thing about like Fallout, like just mentioning it earlier. If it just ran better and was smooth and felt good to play, that would be such a big thing for me.
Like the reason like New Vegas specifically is like, you know, it's one of those legendary games that it's just like.
But people criticized our New Vegas video for saying, for criticizing the gameplay as if it's not valid because people like mod it. Because that's another thing. There's a huge focus on like, yeah, people are already saying, yeah, if loads of the maps are empty wastelands anyway, the modders can just do it and it's over.
Modders shouldn't be making your game playable.
Yeah, that's just personally not alluring to me.
It's like, if this game does nothing incredibly well, I don't see the point in playing it. Because it's like, you play New Vegas because of the RPG part of it. The gameplay's crap and it's horrible to get through, but it's like those moments of your build and what you want to do, and your story in the game is why you play New Vegas. It's why I've played tens of playthroughs of it. If Starfield does nothing good, I'm not going to play it.
And their method of storytelling is just really not interesting to me.
They don't.
Like even when I was most into Skyrim, it wasn't because of the storytelling in it. It was because of the stories I was making through the exploration.
That's what Todd Howard said in the presentation, was that it's about the stories you make. But if none of the elements of the game are good, you're not going to be making any cool stories and your own stuff because there's nothing there to do that with.
I'm glad they've got rid of the main character's voice.
Bad idea.
No, good idea.
As in having voices was a bad idea from the. Yeah,
I wasn't into that.
It makes you put a character onto this character that should be you. So dumb idea. And I'm glad it backfired because they learned.
Did it even backfire? They've made loads of money on Fallout 4. It was hugely
but everyone
successful.
hated it.
Everyone didn't.
Like, Fallout 4 was successful because New Vegas was so good. Because it was a legendary game. So that's why people are like, Fallout 4 could be New Vegas, better.
But people love Fallout 3.
Yeah.
That came on a very different time. I think that's why, because going back to Fallout 3, it's like just New Vegas, but worse.
Like, how many copies does a Fallout game sell?
A Fallout 4 sold a lot because of being a Fallout game. And being a legendary,
So as of March 2020, Fallout 4 apparently sold 13.5 million units, which is a shit ton. If not, it's probably way more than that by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not hyped for Starfield.
I'm intrigued.
I want to see how it is, but I'm not.
I think with it being on Game Pass, so at least download it, give it a try.
That's the thing. It's like you can always just Game Pass wins.
But
no matter what.
Out of all of the Bethesda studios, what is that one called?
That's Bethesda Studios. That's the main Bethesda.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Because then they're
actually the least interesting ones to me.
Yeah, because Arcane,
more interesting,
super artsy.
Mm-hmm.
They're instantly great. Really, and you got
id.
Yeah, id.
Yeah,
who makes the Wolfenstein games, Machine Games.
Yeah,
they're good as well.
It's like Bethesda have to prove themselves.
Yeah, they've got such a focus on breadth. That seems to be their thing. It's the map is even bigger each time they've done it. Fallout 76 is the biggest map we've ever made. Now Starfield, there are 1,000 planets. It's to me that is not that interesting.
Yeah, and it feels like they should. I think what was so smart about Elden Ring is that FromSoft kind of created this genre and then refined this gameplay through making all this stuff and then went big. Went huge. Whereas when your thing from the get-go is size massive, there's no core that it's built on that's really satisfying and a fun loop.
But just the the size of Elden Ring is really alluring to me because of how like intricately well thought through the different areas are. It's simultaneously like huge and overwhelming, but weirdly manageable.
Yeah.
You know, with the way like everything's presented and the way like everything flows. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was maybe expecting a little bit more.
I mean, I was expecting less, to be honest, because like their previous game was 76. So,
Yeah, I
like,
guess.
kind of a tactical game release. You know, let's lower expectations for our game that's like way too.
So at least people will be like, well, at least it's not Fallout 76.
Yeah. Yeah, because now they just have to make like a decent game, and they look alright.
Let's end on this one from Hullery. It was brought up in an episode that the field moped James had impregnated the relative of a guy that was Jar James's sister was dating, and the guy's family had thought our James was the one who impregnated her. Was there an update conclusion to this hilarious situation? Also, any other stories involving the other James?
This is really.
I don't really know what they're talking about.
Yeah, well, what is this story?
They worded that quite poorly, because it was like the other James's dad impregnated. We're gonna have to break that question down again so I can understand the steps.
It was brought up in an episode that the field moped James.
So James House, other James House,
had impregnated the relative of a guy that the Jar James sister was dating. That doesn't make sense. Had impregnated the relative of the guy. What?
Okay, I remember it now.
What was it?
Yes, that happened.
That happened?
Yeah.
When did we talk about that?
Right, early Jar. Surely,
Really?
that was
This
ages.
Hullery has a good memory, clearly.
Even I forgot this, and this is like somewhat distant relative of my family. So the father of my sister's kids' sister was impregnated by James House, who's the other James House. It isn't the me who's related to my sister, whose kids are related to. That's really fucking weird.
Yeah, that's confusing as hell, man.
What the fuck?
It's too much.
No, that is so weird though, that the other James House is like now directly correlated to my actual family. which itself is actually an offshoot of my family. The House family here is actually related to my House family from Reading.
Wait, so you
No, I generally think we go back in the house world, the House realm. They, a part of that family, split off to Wiltshire at some point, and the name stayed in Wiltshire. So the House family that's also in Wiltshire, that isn't the House family that I'm from, who moved to Wiltshire, are related.
Share blood.
Yeah, at some point. Which is actually really fucked up now that the James House, who is somewhat related to... That's fucking weird. Honestly, if another House family moves to Wiltshire and is somehow related to this House family, is related to that House family, it'll be like the biggest fuckfest ever.
I think on that note, that's a beautiful place to end it.
The House fuckfest.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Bibbidi boppity boy.
Jim does bibbidi.
We need to let go of the past. And
Kill it if we have to.
Exactly. Augie, take it to bed.
I think it's really, really fun.
Put it back up.
No. Yeah, put it back up. Yeah.
I'll put it back up.
It's supposed to be a democracy. We're supposed to...
Oh no, that doesn't work.
What do you mean?
A three people democracy doesn't work.
Yeah, it does.
Because you two are brothers.
No, because the
you
vote
just
is...
agree. You just agree on everything.
No.
Yes.
You're hung up on some bullshit from the past. You're talking about letting the past die. You won't even leave a little picture of a funny character from a good movie up on the wall.
Good movie. Good movie.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Mother made me mash my M&Ms.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Fucking hell, you're not doing the Pip Pop Poi, the new Pip Pop Poi.
Do it.
You can do it, James. Mommy made me mash my
shut up!
M&Ms.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
Mommy made me mash
Please,
my favorite
can we
M&M.
cancel this episode already? I'm already annoyed by the Beltman bros.
Mommy made me mash my
meat.
Do you know how I know that?
Why?
Why?
It's like I look up like vocal warm-ups on YouTube.
Mommy made me mash my
that's one of
M&Ms.
Are you metagaming
Mommy
vocal warm-ups now?
Yeah, I have been for years.
I've not been. This is
She
my
sells
warm-up.
seashells on the seashore.
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Which M&M is James's favourite?
No. Maltesers are.
Mommy made me mash my Maltesers. Do you want to go and make me a coffee, little...
You don't need another one. You've had one. No, take this with us. Take this with us.
It's staying in the room. What did you do?
Do you want me to teach you the Argy song?
Hang on, let me put my drink down, because if I laugh, I'll spill.
Goes a little something like this. But
And it goes a little something like this.
you ready?
Okay.
Goes bo bippity boy. Dibby dibby dop for the doy.
Nah, this fucking sucks, man. I hate it.
No, sing it to him and see what he does.
Bippity bop to the boy. You didn't do shit.
You have to do it in the voice. Bo bippity boy.
No, I can't. It's too much. It's too far.
James will do it. Teach it to James.
I don't know it.
No, I just taught you it.
It's too complex. Bo bippity bop to the boy.
It's Argy's song.
You're gonna have to break that down because my brain can't comprehend that.
See, it's actually really complex.
Bippity bop to boy.
No, do it into the mic at least.
Bo bippity bop to the boy.
No, it starts with bo bippity boy.
Bippity
dop to the doy.
boppity boy. Bo bop boy.
I like James's one.
Bippity bop the boy.
James always takes it and just improves it. Bo bippity boy. See, look what's happening to him.
It's like ASMR to him. He's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Everything's ASMR to him, to you.
Bippity bop to the boy.
Bo bippity boy.
No.
Ulani loy. I love Loy. I love Loy so much.
Finally, we got it on. We got it recorded, folks. We got it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's a wrap.
No. Like the best thing is I managed to have two Twitter accounts, one premium boy, the other premium Loy. It's like my greatest accomplishment. One's like piss a dick and the other one is me.
No, I love it. Because my gamer tag is premium boy. People like if I'm on Apex or whatever, and they've got a mic, they're always like premium this way. Come on. So fucking awesome.
No, people just for me, because my Steam name is House. It's either Dr. House jokes or Mr. House jokes. No in between.
Maybe we should be Bo, Bippity and Boy.
It's too late. I'm Porty Eye Voy.
No, Voy actually started something. It started a avalanche that cannot be
You
stopped.
could say it started a voyage.
And it was thanks to Paisley.
Loy!
I just go up to going, voy, voy, voy. That's where it all began.
Come here, Loy!
And now it's become bippity bop to the boy.